Good day, Lagos, and welcome to Tea Time on PlusTvAfrica. I'm super excited to actually have you join us on yet another edition of this beautiful show, which I'm sure you're excited to actually have on your screen this morning. As you already know, and if you do not know, my name is actually Prezi, and as you see me smiling, it shows that I'm actually excited to be here to actually do this with you alongside me, doing this show together, right? And I'd like to actually let you know that I am not the only one running today's show. I have my beautiful co-hosts as well who are here with me, already seated, looking all beautiful and glowing this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Omar and Bra. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine.
Why are you looking at me and you're just smiling? And I don't know. Is there something off about me?
When you were doing the introduction, like I was, getting ready for that momentum, reading the momentum, beautiful. I expected maybe balloons to fall over.
Wow.
There should be like a confetti pop.
I know, yeah.
Yay!
I know,
That's
yeah.
real. But honestly, good day, everyone.
But you look good, actually, I must say.
Good day, everyone. And I'm happy to be here today, and I'm sure you are also happy. And I have a gist for you all. Yeah, he doesn't want me to tell you, but I will tell you.
I wish I could stop you, actually.
Yesterday!
Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Omar, how are you, actually?
I'm fine. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Africa. Good morning, everybody. I'm okay. I'm doing very well. The weekend was blissful. Yesterday was kind of cold and hot, but we're here.
Yeah, true. Cold and hot, actually.
It was a mixture of both. Yes.
And I don't know what kind of weather is that, because
I can't really.
there's a heavy rain falls and everywhere is still hot at the same time. Like, what is wrong? Like, what is happening? But anyway, like she said, yesterday was my birthday, but we'll leave that aside for later on the show. If there's champagne to pop, we'll let you know actually when it's time. Starting off the show today, we have trending videos, but before we actually start up with that, I want you to actually know that you can be a part of today's show via our YouTube platform, PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle. All right, make sure you actually, follow through by dropping your comments as regards all of the things that we'll be talking about on today's show. Now, starting off today's show, please like us to actually see some trending videos which we'll be talking about. And this is the first trending video. Wow, interesting. So guys, I know you will have actually experienced, stuff like this where, you might be in the room trying to plug your phone, in the socket, and you're wondering, because you are used to your room, you are used to the space, the socket and all of that, but unfortunately, you are putting the charger, but it doesn't just, get in, and that's basically what we actually just watched now.
Yeah, that is very true. But I, for one, I found against having electrical appliances beside my bed. My bed drawers, like I am, I don't want to be at any risk. So, but I can actually relate to that. When you're not looking at something, you're like, I've done this thing like a million times over. With my eyes closed, I should be able to just do it. Where is this socket? I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay. Then you plug it in. So I think it's relatable for
it happens a lot of times to me, actually. I don't know if Omar has, such scenarios. Maybe it has played out for her, actually.
Not really. I know people who do this, but I don't know. It's not. I'm not just a fan of it.
Yeah, she's a body picking. She can't really relate.
No, it's not aggressive. Like growing up as a child, your mom will even tell you, when you are pressing your phone, make sure you drop it so that when you sleep off, it doesn't lay on you.
But it's surprised too. Like the houses they build now, there's this even with the bed frame, they're attaching electrical appliances to the bed frame.
Yeah. And the things are changing, actually.
It poses a great fire health risk.
But the truth is, for scenarios like this, you should actually just pay attention to, whatever you are doing exactly, Not because you know where the socket space is or whatever, you just, have to be blind to it and all of that. But let's just move over to our next trending video on TikTok. So
village people are following.
I mean, I want to be like, I've done something like this actually, you know, while we were small and all of that. You know, when you take something from the pot, especially when it has to do with meat, and you have to, you know, try to cover up your tracks, and so that someone doesn't like know somebody took something from the pot. I've done that actually, and I know what it means to, you know, be a very silly person like this guy.
You know the funniest part of that situation? They are always caught.
But there are times when
They didn't catch you.
for instance now, I'm just saying, for instance, if he really wanted to cover his tracks, right, maybe he should have washed the spoon first. I mean, he used the spoon, right?
No, if he washes the spoon, the mother will know that
To be obvious.
the spoon before I left it here. But what I'm just trying to say is that mothers always know. Like they always know. Like,
Because they don't have made the food actually.
somebody came to this pot. Somebody touched my pot of soup. Maybe the taste will change. I really can't explain, but they always know.
Yeah.
I smell.
And it's very
it.
risky. It's quite risky to put hand in soup for that
Why is it
matter.
risky?
Yes, now because at the end of the day, you stole something. You know when you touch a soup that was like made, like was recently made, it could spoil. That is
I don't believe that though. I
But
get
the soup
that.
they are saying now is
Egusi soup.
egusi.
Yes, I get that.
But that's egusi. I think that's egusi soup actually.
I don't believe. Not
No,
mine.
it is. I'm telling you, it is. If you put, there's how, even your spoon, there's how you turn a goosey. By the time you come and you try to, like, you see it has soured from inside.
To be gummy.
I think I need to give you my recipe. I promise you I can't relate.
So are you saying
Because you
they
buy yours, right?
Not just
You
fine, but I get your point. Like it can change, but I promise you there are some recipes. But maybe that is the reason why mothers always know that oh somebody got here because the taste is all off or something.
Yeah.
But I tell you, because I make soup all the time. When I cook, I don't like serving. I enjoy cooking, but I don't like serving.
Yeah.
I make it like a buffet service. Like oh you're my guest, serve yourself. You know, go grand. I don't really care.
Yeah.
So and 4 people can take soup.
But Dad, right? I like to understand.
Okay.
So are you saying that there have never been a time when you made a food? Because you are sounding like none of your food have gotten spoiled before.
Yeah, if my food gets spoiled, it's maybe because I didn't warm it before going to bed. Maybe I made the food this morning, I didn't warm it that day, then I put it inside the fridge, and the next I discovered that, oh, this is about to go bad.
But what we are saying now is, from this perspective, what we just watched now, if an incident like this should occur, maybe you used, you know, this growing up as a child, there's how you steal, like you now use the spoon to lick.
Or even position it well, the same way you let it.
People are naughty. Like thinking about that, like imagine you lick the spoon and you put it back. No, you're not putting it.
Yeah.
You're not putting it back inside the soup. You just put it like, you just put it on the pot. Then maybe someone now comes and be like, let me check the soup. They now use it unknowingly.
Things like that can actually spoil, you know.
And to now spoil, what do you have to say?
Blood of Zachariah.
But let's leave them.
If you put your soup on the floor, you just leave it on the floor. Especially when you use this stainless pot. You know, there's light stainless pot and there's thick one. If you use those light one and just cook your food and put it on the floor, it will get spoiled.
Cook it somehow. Yeah, you're learning tips here.
Then I like to see how you cook and how you manage or maintain your food.
Okay, for people that don't have fridge, what do you have to say?
They should buy
Okay, like
fridges.
stew now, if you want to cook your stew, there's a method I know. If you want to cook your stew and you don't have fridge, make sure it has enough
Oil above it.
Everyone knows
You
that.
can leave it.
Well, so you don't know how to cook, they don't know that. Alright, ladies, let's move over to our last training video. Let's see that actually. Oh my goodness, wow. I know a lot of people will be so excited to see this particular video, right? Because even me, I'm excited, even though at some points, public holiday we still have to work, but I'm sure this would make a lot of persons happy. And I'm happy that this jail is filled with a bit of, a lot of holidays hanging around, and I'm happy. Even though I'm not a Muslim actually, but I'm very excited that holidays will be coming soon, and especially for those who work 9 to 5, I know this will actually make them quite happy. So yeah.
Honestly, I wish I can say I'm happy for them, but I'm not happy for them. And in fact, I'm jealous of you. The government should take back the holidays when I will be working. But honestly...
Wait, did you say they should take it back?
Yes.
Why?
Everybody should go to work. So we all know that's not possible.
Actually.
But the Eid Kabir that is coming up, a big celebration to our Muslim brothers and sisters. I think it's something beautiful to witness. And right now, they've been telling me to attention, stand is for ram meat. The also for ram meat is serious.
It's real.
I mean, ram meat is now 400, even a million. And the husband is real, I must eat ram. So I'm doing my Muslim friends bidding. But honestly, 9 to 5 hours, even if any public holiday is like good news to them, because for some people to even get leave from their work of place is like ticket to heaven. So honestly, I'm happy for them. I was just checking actually.
And Nigerians work a lot, so I feel like this is one of those times when they could do a little pause, a bit work. Even if they're still there, even if we leave them the whole day, they could still not rest, right? But I feel like this is an opportunity for those who work, not even necessarily those who do 9 to 5. Every single person who is like a laborer, a worker, use this opportunity to like relax and rest actually. Yeah.
Well, for me, 9 to 5 workers, I like to like hail them. They are doing a lot. You wake up early in the morning, you're going home by 5. If you're going home by 5, you're not even starting, you're getting home by 6 or 7 because of the traffic, especially in Lagos, Nigeria. This state is one state that God really have to have mercy when it comes to traffic. But again, about the holiday, it's like you giving them a jackpot. Because they tend to like sleep more, do certain things they're supposed to do on that day, like during the weekend, they tend to do it that time. Then by the weekend, they sleep, they have enough sleep. For me, I'm jealous of you guys because I don't know, for my colleagues, this holiday is not holiday in our own side. Holiday or no holiday, we are here. So it's not easy. And to think that you viewers never used to say, these people that used to come and entertain us, even when there's a video, how do we get in contact with them?
I didn't want to accept.
But it's okay. But from me to you, I'm jealous.
Okay. All right, ladies, thank you so much for your opinion. Right now, we actually delve into our discussion for today as regards some of the trending issues in the entertainment scene. And I mean, this week has been a busy week, from people celebrating weddings to birthdays to different things entirely. But this particular one is something quite serious, and this is coming from no other person but the veteran Nollywood actress Kate Henshaw. She actually voiced her strong opinions on gender inequality within Nigeria, and she also asserted that the nation's laws are inherently biased against women. In the recent interview, she actually argued that Nigerian men are wired to see women as lesser beings, despite the biblical interpretation suggesting women were created to be alongside men. Now, her major point is that she specifically criticized the violence against persons prohibition laws, claiming that they favor men, and she also questions the legal allowance for a man to chastise his wife. Now, the major thing is that she's questioning the fact that, the law basically gives more preference or gives more freedom, so to say, to men rather than women. And as we already know, Kate Henshaw is somebody who likes to speak out when she sees something that concerns the society, something that concerns especially women for that matter. I know there was a time when she came out, I can't remember that issue that happened, but I know she came out to say something about, that particular issue. Okay, I think it was a recent exam that was written where, she came to chastise them, scold them that why would they start exam at that particular time. So she's somebody who speaks out when it comes to things that concerns the society. And I know now that this involves somebody speaking for women, I know ladies like to hear stuff like this, right? And I'm also excited because for us to have voices like her, someone like her who is ready to speak out against whatever she feels is maybe going wrong in the society. I don't know what you have to say about this though.
Okay, when I saw this article, the first question that came to mind is, what laws is she talking about? Which one in particular?
Yeah, because there is more like a lot.
No.
Okay.
Because the constitution that I am well versed with, it doesn't regard one as maybe man or woman.
I also talk about that.
It regards us as humans. So it is right to life.
It generalized
to free speech,
issues, yeah.
Not right to life of a man or right to life of a woman or right to free speech of a man. But maybe she's talking about other customary
issues,
laws in our immediate society where they say, oh, your husband is beating you. And you too. You are not supposed to talk to your husband like that now. Yeah. That's the reason why he beats you. Instead of you saying, no matter the matter, domestic violence is a no. So I think that might be where she's coming from. But I think the constitution at large, I think it deals with us more as humans than us as gender. But honestly, gender inequality, I won't lie, is quite prevalent in our society today. Even from the day to day, you see drivers, you see menial workers, artisans, like a male driver saying, oh, I can't drive a woman. Like, oh, are you my oga? And I'm sorry, I cannot.
Or a man not being able to subject himself.
Yeah, I cannot be the driver to a woman. Exactly, like only if you are married.
Like if you are married or you need to bring somebody to stand as a fiancé or a boyfriend.
Yeah, you are single. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't rent this apartment out to single ladies because they've been generalized as prostitutes, which is not supposed to be so, because we live in an ever evolving society.
True.
This is not the 1950s. This is not the days of our foremothers. Like, everyone is now fully aware. We are in this Sorosoke generation, and we can see women in positions of power. You know, in the House of Representatives, House of Assembly, ministerial positions, we've been seeing women, you know, make waves in society at large. So this gender inequality that she's talking about, I will, you know, like her to narrow it down.
Be specific, right?
I think that compared to the generation before us, I think there has been some improvements. Yes, in the gender imbalance, we can see women make waves. So the gender inequality is not as prevalent as it used to be.
And just to actually, you know, close up this particular conversation, I mean, it's not a bad thing for her to come out to say, oh, this is her own angle of, you know, where she sees this or how she sees a particular. Everybody has a right to, you know, create their own idea of whatever issues is happening around them, right? And I mean, we just know how to be somebody who speaks out, and maybe she's just trying to speak for women in this case, and I mean, that's what it is, though. Let's just move over to our next topic. This one talks about rapper Falz, who is also known as, or popularly known as Falz, and his real name actually is Falana Falano. He actually revealed that he is unlikely to raise his future child here in Nigeria, citing threats related to his activism and the nation's ongoing security and economic challenges. During a recent appearance on a podcast, Falz, who is also currently single and without children, he also admitted that he had not decided if he would actually want to raise a family here in Nigeria. And ladies, this brings to question, I mean, we've seen a lot of families leave Nigeria recently, and we've also seen scenarios where a lot of our celebrities, rather than give birth here in Nigeria, they do it outside the country. And I know it is for the reason that, I mean, different people with their different reason why they do that, but I still know it is possibly because of how the country is at this point in time. It is something not everybody would really not, you know, be able to, like, you know, get accustomed to, so to say, right? And for Falz to even say he's not sure if he will raise his child, I mean, it's something to, like, think about, you know, even for me that, for those of us who maybe do not even have the funds to, like, do all of, you know, the traveling out and all of that, but it questions our country at this point in time. I don't know if you understand basically what I mean.
I get your point. Before I let Oma have the floor, because I know Oma is itching to say one or two on her mind. The first thing I have noticed about the celebrities is that they come out to say, oh, I'm a private person. I like my life private. But why are you telling us you're a private person? You are saying it on a public space that you are a private person. You are saying, oh, you don't want to raise your kids in Nigeria. Who asked you?
So are you saying he should have kept this secret?
Raise your kids in Nigeria, do it. In fact, there are some celebrities out there, like Funke Akindele. No one has seen, I don't know, the masses. We've not seen the faces of our twins.
I think there was a time she actually released,
No, I'm not aware of that. Okay. No one has seen the faces of our twins. We have several celebrities like that, that keep the identity of their children private to themselves. And you don't see them come out to say, oh, I'm keeping the identity of my... Whatever you want to do, do it. Don't involve us. Don't come out to say, nobody cares at the end of the day. That is just
but he's somebody who is quite a figure, especially when it comes to...
Let's just...
Okay.
Yeah, let's circle back to me.
Well, couple with what I'll start from where you said who asked him. If you asked him, it was on a podcast. He was asked a question and he answered. So we all now are deliberating on his answer, forgetting the fact that he was asked the question. Falz is somebody that will not just come outside to say something he's not been asked. So he was asked for love and family, and he was like, I've not thought about this, but thinking about it now, I don't think I would love to raise my family.
You don't get my point. Nobody asked you that. Would you like to raise your children in Nigeria?
Okay, so
you just asked him about love and family.
No, so specifically, right? He was asked actually. In fact, that question threw him off balance. At some point. But the truth is, I get what you mean. There are some stuff you should keep, secrets if you decide to keep it secret. But I'm saying for the fact that Falz is somebody who is a celebrity, somebody who we know has fought a little bit, to his own best interest for the purpose of Nigeria moving forward and all of that. So he's just saying he's not sure if he would be able to raise his family here in Nigeria, and I don't think it's actually a wrong thing for him to, want to talk about, since he was asked, like Omar said, actually. Well,
for me, like I said, he was asked and he responded. Now we are talking about the fact that he said he cannot, he doesn't.
He's not sure.
He's not sure of raising his family here in Nigeria. I support that. If you have any means of raising your children or your child or your family outside this country, please do. I'm not saying this from a place of I don't love my country or anything. I love my country. I'm in Nigeria and there's no how I'm going to change it. Anywhere I go to in the world, I will still have my green passport that says I'm in Nigerian, right? But the truth is, if you have a way of giving your family a better life, please grab it.
Especially when he mentioned about the security issues. Yes. That's enough, it's a valid reason actually.
It's been on the news for a very long time, for a while. And the fact that when you see all these celebrities on the news, they have threats in their DM. So they don't want to risk putting their family out there, just like Funke Akindele, like you said, she has been in a couple of controversial issues, like her name, certain news about her have been controversial. So I believe she's trying to protect those children from those stuff that is out there. Do you understand? So for me, I feel like whatever he said, I support. He should go ahead. It's his life, it's his family. In all.
Exactly, like I said, it's his life, it's his family, it is not my business. It is his business. But about raising your kids abroad because you want a better life, I really do not subscribe to that idea. Because you claim Nigeria is not safe. We've heard of mass shootings, bombings in some of those countries that we hold in high regard. So I'm of the belief that there is no country greater than Nigeria. We've seen kids born, brought up, schooled in Nigeria, and they turned out excellently well. So when you say you don't want to raise your kids in Nigeria because of the insecurity issues, let me just tell you, insecurity is everywhere. In fact, racism is even more prevalent in other places, but we've been made to believe that, Nigeria is the black sheep in the list of countries in the world.
All right.
That's just my take on that.
All right, thank you, Deborah. I have something to say about that, but we could do that behind the scene. But let's go on a break right now because we have an interview which we'll be having after that break, because we have somebody very, very prolific, somebody who you know already doing so well in the industry, the entertainment industry to be specific. But when we go on this break and when we come back, we will be sure to actually get to speak to him. So do stay tuned. We'll be right back.